Right. So this is about a machine learning flow because especially useful for the people who are transforming their career into artificial intelligence and machine learning. And second, people who wants to upgrade their technical skills because there are two kind of people we see. One, people who wants to transform their career to artificial intelligence and machine learning. Second, for the people who wants to update their skill set from the existing domain which they were belongs to, either irrespective of the domain they come from, either it is from the healthcare or it could come from the banking or insurance. It can be of supply chain management, right? So irrespective of the domain, when we want to extend our services or we want to extend to excel more technically to upgrade our skill set from the machine learning, especially machine learning, artificial intelligence and machine learning perspective. This is essentially required. This is essentially important. The one which I'm explaining. So that these are all to excel our technical capabilities according to the requirements which are needed in the industry. I hope this will be helpful to you. This is what generally the flow which normally uh, I transform people because I'm in the career transformation as in when we know. As far as the career transformation or career extensions are concerned, uh, this flow process is essentially required. This is what something you will be learning. Let's start with machine learning because in the earlier I have given a lot of uh, videos I have posted, especially on artificial intelligence side and how the transformation taking place. The videos were there. I'll give some of the video description links in this video so that you can go through that. That is for artificial intelligence part. Second, when it comes to the machine learning, first of all, when we want to learn ML machine learning, it's always important for us to understand about what are the different types of it, like either it can be supervised or unsupervised, or the kind can be of reinforcements, right? So there are different things. This is more or less like a roadmap, I can say, especially for the beginner level. If you want to have some roadmap over the machine learning, this is something useful. This is what generally the types we discuss first. Second, we discuss about machine learning in real world examples because understanding the real world example in different scenarios, either for example, when we are working on insurance side, especially on property and casualty insurance, when there is any claim processing or adjudication will be taken place. Or else if you want to uh, take in the process of retailing, for example, right? So point of sale system, inventory management flow you want to know, and how are we updated? Or else, for example, in a general more sense, let's say that we want to categorize animals, different animals we wants to categorize. Either it can be cats, it can be dogs, it can be of anything, right? So you want to categorize. So how this categorization can be done? For that, generally in artificial intelligence and machine learning, we have different tools, something like PyTorch. We have TensorFlow, right? So we have different tools normally we have. So understanding about machine learning from the real world applications point of view is also one of the key because how this can be connected to your domain is essentially required because we are in the space of domain, irrespective of healthcare, irrespective of anything. We are want to transform our career into artificial intelligence, how this can be extended and how this can be integrated. For example, when we are working on healthcare, let's say claim processing adjudication we are doing or a benefit enrollments we are doing. How AML is something applicable here. At the same time, if it is insurance, I have already given an example to you. It may be, for example, banking and financial institution where a person has submitted a loan application. We wants to whether to be loan to be processed or to be rejected based on the risk assessment that we have made by the underwriting team. So these are the different real world examples when we are transforming ourselves or when we are extending our technical skills, this is required. So that is also one of the key and important element one to be known with. Next, we must be knowing about the basic machine learning workflow. What basically basic machine learning workflow do we have? So that you must be knowing. So these are all something which I'm explaining you from the machine learning side, because from the machine learning point of view, what is that something is required. Next, second part, programming side, because we have a lot of programming, because now and then for machine learning AI related, we are using Python, PyTorch, Python, TensorFlow. We have a lot of tools and libraries, right? So, but Python basic programming is always beneficial. If you have from the programming side, then it's better. But wherein you will be getting some basics about the Python programming. Okay, so what are the different libraries do we have, right? So for example, this is about the Python programming, wherein just give me a minute. For example, yeah, this is about the Python, wherein you can see. Okay, so for example, you want to. This is how generally the. This is how generally we write. For example, this is how generally we write the Python program. You can welcome to Rajan. This is how generally a program, a basic programming is always important. A basic programming is always important for you to know. So basic programming is required. So wherein if you want to learn basic programming, you must be knowing about the libraries that we have. Followed by this, what are the numpys we have, or pandas, or Metapolyps, or Seaborn. Seaborn also I've made some video on Seaborn even. Seaborn application and all, right? So that way you must be knowing. Next, what are the coding challenges? Because I am talking about basic coding challenges, not the major one. Because this is the transformation stage. This is the transformation learning, wherein what are the basic standard basic coding challenges that we come across and how this can be data visualized, how the data visualization will be doing. Followed by this, you must have some knowledge over the basic data structures, because basic data structures are the one essentially now and then are becoming important. Of course, data structures were there for a very long time. Even we have C++. Data structures were very prominent at one point in time. Now even data structures you see in Java, because data structures are something which you want to structure the data in a format so that you don't require to gather the information when and wherever it is needed, right? In order to reduce that timeline, reduce that kind of difficulty and all, data structures we are using. Uh, we are using some models, come something kind AV model, right? So these are all we are using in Java. Data structures we are using. So basic data structures are required, not from the Java data structures point of view, but basic data structures we must be knowing. That is essentially required for you as part of our Python programming basics, etc. All that you must be knowing about what are the different lists we have, right? So whether we have tuples, we have or dictionaries. What are the different sets, data sets, or importing and understanding how the data is being handled. Everything comes under the data structures point of view. This is important because now and then data structures are important, but you don't get all the detailed about data structures, because as in when again I'm repeating, this is for the career transformation, people who wants to transform their career or people who wants to extend their career services from the domain side. Either you may be from healthcare, you may be from insurance, you may be from banking, you may be from financial services, of any of the domain, irrespective of the kind of role we belongs to. If you are from, because some people are from the functional side, some people are from technical side. It may varies. So depends on that. What are the different basic data structures do we have? Everything that we must be knowing. Right. So this is where generally the business data structures essential are required now and then, because some people are coming from the functional side. Even though you are coming from functional side, the reason why basic programming is essentially required, that is what something which I said. From a technical background, it doesn't have much difficulty, but for the domain people, yes, takes time for you to adopt. That is important. Next, you must be having some knowledge over the cleaning of data, right? So data cleaning, right? So dealing with different data, and how you are dealing with the data, how you are missing the values, or how you are handling the outliers. Everything. This is all something relating to the data point of view. Because first thing about the machine learning, apart from artificial intelligence, etc., you must be having some knowledge over the Python programming, etc., all that coding related stuff. Next, about the data related, wherein you will be knowing about database normalization, scaling of data, either it can be minimum or maximum scaling, standardizations. At the same time, what are the different feature engineering we have? Means if you want to create any kind of new features that are existing updated in the database, or if you want to encode any kind of categorical variables, or if you want to split any kind of data into the training or testing sets. Because when we are creating some, if you want to some have, when we are working on some practical understanding, as in when I show, it's not only about the programming, but when you are working on the practical understanding about real-time scenarios or applications, understanding the data sets is also one of the key and important element. So data sets as well as training and testing sets are important. Last but not least, from the data point of view, data transformation is important, because how we log the transformation, right? So at the same time, how this polynomial features do we have, which are essentially useful for us to transform from non-linear relationship into linear ones. This is all will also be part of ML. Next, about the descriptive statistics, right? So when this is all something from the statistics, because especially when we are transforming, it's important to have some statistics basics, right? So descriptive statistics like mean, median, variance, all that, right? So chi-square testing, weighted average, right? So standard deviations, that is also needed. Next, we must be knowing about the probability basics and all. So there are different theorems we have, right? So Bayes theorem or probability distributions. Either it can be normal distribution or Bayesian distributions. At the same time, we must be having some idea over the hypothesis testing, because when we are doing some data analysis or when we are doing some data related stuff, so hypothesis testing is also important. So that's where sometime back I told you, right? Chi-square testing, weighted average, everything will be used. So this is majorly useful for us to validate the assumptions about the data, etc. Followed by, last but not least, we'll be discussing about the correlations and covariations, because Pearson's correlations, which are used to understand about relationship between variables, all these. So these are the things which are required for you when there is any career transformation or when you want to upgrade technical skills, irrespective of the technology, irrespective of the domain we are belongs to extend the technical skill set from a particular domain that we are working for. Or if you want to start our career as into artificial intelligence and machine learning, this is something important for people to learn. This is what something which normally which I teach. Of course, this program will be taken longer durations normally, because these programs have lot many points that are to be discussed in depth. So hence these programs are of three different types. One is basic level programming or basic level understanding about AI and ML and all. Second, intermediary. Third, advanced level. So these three modules which I have divided, these are the three different modules. Basic understanding about AI and ML. Second, intermediary level. Third is advanced level. Uh, so any one can be taken by the people based upon their requirement, based upon their interest and requirements on that. This is all about this.